can, but I?
No buts, just stay. You are going to live here anyways, and for now, use my clothes.
He commands as he turned around and walked towards his clothes, which is on the bed. She was still freezed. She thought it's still time for leaving her home, but now? He wants her to stay here. He sounded serious and strict. Then she thinking, I don't think so, I have any other options. At least I want to meet my so-called family. But what should I do now? He wore his clothes without her realizing anything until he walks past her, and then she turned and stared at him going out of the bedroom. In his work clothes, black trousers and blazers. She sighed and rubbed her face out of frustration. A shower may help? She thought before making herself somewhat used to this place, which is soon going to be her home. Days passes by and she was met up with his cold personality. Her things are arrived here already, and she's not allowed to go anywhere without his permission. He always stays quiet and cold. These few days they both didn't utter anything to each other. And today is the day she's going to get married with him. But it's not a normal marriage with family's fun and love. It's about just signing the papers which will lock them into a soul-sharing relationship for forever. It may be just a marriage by signing the law papers for him, but for her it's about being with each other at our worst or great. Being with each other and sharing every goddamn thing between them. Being with each other till the death itself apart them. She was thinking, such an amazing thing is being married. Until you are forced to, only if my parents wouldn't have taken the loan from Mr. Taehyung. Oh, sorry, I mean by my step-parents, after all, I'm just an adopted mistake. Well, destiny is always designed beautifully weird, it's not it? She want to see how goes her. She stared at the reflection of herself on the big mirror. The loose bun with the garland of Mogra flowers. It looks good in this white dress with golden design borders on it. And then her so light makeup. The dress is gifted by her mother. She thinking, do I'm getting ready mean something to anyone? She flinched as she heard 2 rough knocks on the bedroom's door, jerking her off of her thoughts. She turned around and stand up from the small chair. As she found him in his black suit leaning on the door with one hand inside his trousers pocket. His dark long hair locks falling down and shielding his dark doe gaze, looking intimidating as always.
Papers are here.
His voice sounded bored in a piercing way, and she don't know what to name it. Oh, she slightly nodded as she made her way past him to walk out of the room. Her eyes never left the ground as she felt his gaze digging holes into her skin. His big hand wraps around her wrist as she was jerked back inside the room. She looked up at him worriedly with her slightly parted lips and widened eyes. His expression remains emotionless, just a blank look. What? She said.
Do you still want this marriage? Think again, because after signing them...
He mumbled with his raspy voice. She stared deeply at his orbs, which are staring back at her.
There's no way. I'm letting you go.
He whispered the last part in a husky, deep voice, making her think deeply. Do I really want this marriage? Am I choosing this with my own will, or just because I'm forced to? She sighed as she stared at his grip around her wrist. Yes, I still want this marriage. For the sake of my parent, she said.
Do not forget who you are getting married to, Kim.
His grip tightens around her wrist, painfully, just a little more pressure, or the golden bangle around her wrist may break into pieces. She nodded instantly as he let go of her wrist, and she stared at her bruised red wrist. And then up at him. He turns around and walks out of the bedroom, making her follow him behind. His aura sends chills down her spine. As they walk towards his study room, everyone in the way, including the security guards, bowed to him with respect. The tons of maids here, for every little things the high security guards hear screams alert. Walking inside the big door, her eyes wanders around the room. The big shelves with dozens of files and books got her attention as she was drained in her own thoughts. A hard stare on her back made her sixth sense tells her to turn around, and she did. Turning around, she was met up with his dark gaze on her. He blankly stared at her with the pen in his hand. And the file she noticed placed on the wooden desk he is leaning on.
Done starring?
He sounded annoyed and a little rough. She walked towards him, instantly knowing he is not liking her here. She just sighed and go back anywhere, but a little away from him. Honestly, he scares her. As she pushed her hands up and held the pen, which is in his grip, to take it, but he didn't let go of it, making her look up at him with a slight frown. His dark orbs from this close feels so different. She can see the expressions of his face from this close clearly.
You are supposed to answer me.
His deep husky voice got her nervously looked down at the pen in his grip and hers. With her shaking voice, she said, "I was just..."
Just sign it, don't waste my time.
He murmured as he let go of the pen, but continued glaring daggers at her way. She panicked at the way he is staring at her. Taking a deep breath, she bent a little on the desk to sign the paper. Putting the pen on top of the file in front of him, she moved back as she watched him signing the papers.
You can go. No need of you here anymore.
As he was about to complete, the study room's door banged opens, revealing Mrs. aka my mother-in-law. "Hello, my children." "Oh my God, Taehyung? You didn't wait for me." She frowns as she walks closer to them. She shot her a guiltiful smile as she stared at him. She turned her attention to him too, as she noticed the clench in his jaw as he rolled his eyes while turning around to face his mother.
Yes? So?
"Anyways, congratulations, both of you. Happy marriage life ahead. You two look perfect together." She pats her shoulder as she just smiled at her, and she glanced at him, who is completely hating this. She can say that by the way he is glaring at his mother. What's the reason behind this personality? He didn't reply to anything, so she had to. "Thank you, Mrs." She smiled sweetly at her, "Call me Yama pretty," before she turned her whole attention back to him. "And Taehyung, I heard you bought a whole new villa. Why?" She glanced up at him as she noticed the sigh that left his lips as he grit his back teeth so hard that she saw the muscles flex. She stared at his side profile with tons of questions in her mind.
That shit doesn't matter to you. Whatever I do.
"Yes, it matters to me. I'm your mom, Taehyung. Explain right now." She yelled at him, making her somewhat feel awkward in this situation. Why can't he just talk normally? With his mom? She glanced over at Mrs. before fixing her fiery stare back at him. She nervously shifted in her position before she looked up at him, who is ignoring her stare at him and his mom's. "Taehyung." She felt like one more yell, and he may blast at his mom any second now. Her heartbeat automatically raises, cause of the sudden panic. She nudged at his arm, and he shot his head at her with fire-written eyes, making her gulp. But still she forced herself to say something. Just cool down, Taehyung, and talk to Mom.
Keep your mouth shut if you don't know anything.
She flinched as she stared at him with widened eyes. He takes sharp breaths out of anger as she just nodded at him. Embarrassed. He shuts his eyes tightly before again opening them.
I don't want to live here. It's not obvious. I'll be shifting there till midnight, or as soon as possible.
He straightened up as he walks away. And what about your wife? He stops in front of the door as Mom again interrogates him.
She is also going with me.